Starting off with number 5, we got James Harden. I got highly reasons why I think James Harden's underrated. One, people like to think, oh, Houston James Harden's the best James Harden. And he is. But this James Harden is really underrated. I feel like the 76ers James Harden is better, definitely better than the next James Harden. This Harden right here, he's a really good playmaker. Like, people got to see that. This is an amazing playmaking James Harden. That's why I feel like he's way better than him. In my opinion, I think James Harden should be the number 1 option over Embiid. If you see the stats this season, he averaged about 21 points, 10 assists a game. And yes, you guys are probably wondering, like, yes, I still think James Harden is good. What are you talking about? He's still been an all-star caliber player. And I understand that, but when people talk about James Harden nowadays, all they like to talk about is, oh, he's never been the same since Houston, or no, he hasn't been playing that good, or the last game he had all those turnovers. Let me tell you guys something. Even though that he took that last game, tell me James Harden wasn't even playing decently in the playoffs. James Harden's been doing his part the most of the time. It shouldn't even go to a Game 7. But Joel Embiid did terrible that whole Game 7. So, even Harden did bad too, but Joel Embiid did awful. So, yeah. So, without that being said, even though he choked in the playoffs, James Harden's been solid the whole season, especially his playmaking skills, like I was just saying, bro. He has very good vision for his players. I feel like this is top 3 Harden vision-wise. He has the IQ and everything. So, yeah, I think James Harden is underrated. Let me know what you think about this pick I made. If you don't like it, you don't like it. If you like it or like it or not, it's whatever. I'm going to go on to the next option. And, yeah, see you guys when I get to number 4. And, yeah. Next, we got Kris Porzingis. Very good player and very solid. Maybe an all-star caliber player and everything, bro. Actually, he is an all-star caliber player. What am I saying, bro? Like, Kris Porzingis, bro, even though with all the injuries that were happening and all this extra shit, whenever he's going out there to play, he plays solid and he plays really good for the Washington Wizards. And I just feel like now that he's a Celtic, something will change and Celtic maybe make the finals. I got Celtics actually making the finals this year if this really happens, if it goes to plan and Kris plays really good. Kris Porzingis has been playing really good for Washington, and people don't want to talk about it because Washington is a losing team. But this is all due to injuries. And if we look at the stats, 20 and, bro, that's, really good numbers right there. 23 and 8. It's really good. And, bro, even though you could say, oh, he's a center, they're supposed to average nearly a double-double with rebounds and points and all this shit. Bro, Kris Porzingis, he knows how to score. He's a 7-footer. That's a really good advantage, too. Being 7 foot, he could score. He could shoot, too. There's a lot of centers that can't shoot in the NBA. But nowadays, there's going to be more centers that can shoot and shoot and shoot. But Kris Porzingis, he's a 7-footer that can really shoot. And he's improved his game a lot, too. You know what I'm saying? I think Kris Porzingis is up there as being a top-tier all-star player when he's not injured. And, yeah, that's just my opinion for the number 4 spot. If you guys don't like it, don't like it. But if you like it, you like it. And, yep, we're going to number 3. So, yep. Next, we got Walker Kessler, very solid player. For the Jazz, bro, his defense has been amazing. This is his first year in the NBA. He's actually playing, dude. And for him to get back-to-back double-doubles with rebounds, points, him being able to score off the rim, too. Him, bro, if he improves, bro, he has a potential all-star caliber player, too. And he is amazing, bro. Don't get me wrong. For a rookie, you would want a player like this. His defense is absolutely crazy. And I watch the Jazz a lot, so I can see why, and you know what I'm saying? His defense is amazing. He helps the team a lot. He knows when to block shots. He has very good IQ. And he said he takes his game from Rudy Gobert. And I guess he wants to be a defensive player, and I like that. So, Walker Kessler, very good player. I'm going to show his stats right now. Almost 10 and 10, bro. I don't know what to say. Walker Kessler is a really good, solid player that I don't got to say too much. And that's why he's underrated. And, yep, next on the list, we go to number 2. Next, we got Bones Highland, very solid player. There's not much I got to say about Bones Highland other than, he's now a 6-man for the Clippers. But even when he was in the Nuggets and when he played really good. He played decent enough for the Nuggets. And also for the Clippers, too, you know what I'm saying? He was doing his thing in the playoffs. Him and Russell Westbrook, they tried their hardest. I mean, they lost, but it was whatever. Bones Highland is a really good developed player all around. He has really solid defense. He knows how to attack to the rim, really good speed, and he's really shifty. What I mean by shifty, he knows how to get to the rim, fake out his opponents anytime he goes to the paint. He also got the 3-ball on him too. If you got a 3-ball like that and you're shifty, that means that you could be really good in the future. His game, I don't know what it reminds me of, but in some sort of way, maybe Paul George, just because the way he's shifty and stuff like that. But Bones Highland's technically his own player. Like, I really don't see any other comparison. Just a little bit of Paul George, and that would be it. That's only because he's, like, shifty and, like, they kind of play similar alike. But Bones Highland is, like, a really solid player. You would want a player like that on your team because he could do everything on the court. He, he could play solid defense. He could score. And, yeah, and he's pretty fast, too. So, yeah, that's why I think Bones Highland is underrated. If you want to see the stats, I'm going to put him up right now. Nothing crazy, but if a player like that could be all around the court doing stuff like this, 11 just being solid off the bench, I think he's underrated, and he's been helping out a lot of teams this season, like the Nuggets and Clippers whenever he was on the team. So, yeah, that's my opinion, and we can go to number 1 spot. Quick disclaimer. Oh, shit, the background's, like, bright as shit, but quick disclaimer before I start this video, no intro needed because this is like an NBA video of me just ranking players. I don't need the intro with this video. That's number 1. And number 2, number 5, I guess the last slide, I can't do it because of copyright reasons. And when I check the copyright out, I guess I really can't put it because there's, like, literally no way I could put it because, like, my volume's not going to be there. I guess they're going to take it out. So we can't put the last slide in, but it's not even in order. This was never in order. So it's number 1 through 4, but 1 through 5 can't do that because copyright reasons. But, yeah, if you guys haven't liked and subscribed, and, yeah, just check out this video, and I'm ranking NBA players.